Hello and welcome back. Did you know that communication is the key that unlocks stronger bonds between parents and teens? But why is that? Despite being so close, living together under the same roof almost every day, so many of us feel disconnected with our teenagers. So, in case you haven't seen any of my previous videos, I'm Daniela Donner. I'm a life coach and an advocate for improving communication with your teenagers. The reason for this is that I am a mother of teenagers myself. I know the challenges that come with raising teenagers, and I know how important it is for me to feel close to them and for them to know that I'm here for them, that they trust me, and for them to feel confident enough to share with me if they need support from me or from somebody else. So, next Wednesday, I'm one of the speakers at a free webinar that is called Family Matters. I'm going to include the information in the chat. And I'm going to be giving a talk about building bridges, about strengthening communication between parents and teens. And today I'm going to give you a sneak peek into what we will be discussing so that you may join me. So, why is communication important in relationships? For some people, it might seem evident why this is, but for some other people, they maybe don't really get it. They say, I have a relationship with this person, they came from me, or they're married to me. Aren't they supposed to be the ones wanting to communicate with me? Well, that's not only always the case. So, effective communication forms the foundation of every healthy relationship. And when it comes to parents and teens, it is absolutely crucial. Too often, we struggle to communicate in ways that our teens understand or listen to, but they get annoyed at it. And this can cause frustration on both sides. It can cause frustration on us because we feel we're not being heard. And they can get frustrated because they feel that they're listening to the same song all over again and they just don't want to listen to us. So, there are studies that show that teenagers who feel listened to by their parents are more likely to share their feelings, leading to a better emotional health. Now, what could be nicer than having the person that you brought up since was a young child share with you when they're happy or when they're sad so you can support them? It is truly a gift to be able to do this. And I'm going to share with you some tips to help you get there. Now, there are always some communication barriers. That's just part of nature. The first one is when misunderstandings happen. We often talk to each other without truly listening. So we kind of hear the words, but they go over our minds. And at the end of the day, if we were to ask ourselves, what did they really say? Many times we don't know. Parents feel that their kids don't really care about what they say, and the teenagers feel the same way about how their parents listen to them. There's also emotional triggers that come with the fact that we have been living with a person for a long time. So sometimes they say something that reminds us of a fight we had, or they use a certain tone that reminds us of a moment that we did not enjoy. And that just triggers us and causes us to stop listening altogether. It often derails a conversation as well. And on top of that, there is the role of technology. There are way too many instances in which people are communicating with each other with a phone in front of them or in front of the TV or doing something similar that just is not paying attention to what the person is saying, but actually paying more attention to the technology than to the person that is in front of you or beside you. Now, all those are things that are just matters of what happens nowadays. But there are ways we can deal with it and we can go around it to still have valuable communication with our teenagers. Now, one of the main things in communication is the power of active listening. You might have heard this might have heard this in the past. You might have heard other people saying it. Maybe you know what it means, maybe you don't know what it means. Active listening is simply giving your full attention to the person. That means noticing even if you're thinking about something else while the person is speaking. So being fully present with the person that is speaking to you, whether they're in front of you or beside you, it doesn't matter. Just giving them your full attention. There are ways that I will mention later in the talk on Wednesday. You can learn a little bit more about how active listening plays a key role in all relationships, and especially in the relationships with your teenagers. Now, there are moments in which I have taken the time to notice what my children are saying. I made it a point to realize if I was thinking of something else, or if I was thinking I already knew what they were going to say before they spoke, and made it a point to leave that on the side and listen to them. And that has made a huge difference in my relationship with them. They are now more open to sharing things with me, and they are more open to asking for help, which is one of the critical parts of parenting. In my upcoming speech at the seminar, or the talk I'm going to give, we're going to explore more powerful communication techniques, and active listening is one of them that can transform how you connect with your teenager on a daily basis. And remember, it's never too late to start. No matter where you are in your life, it doesn't matter how old you are, how long you've been acting or communicating a certain way with your young one, it is always a good day to change that. If you see that it will benefit your relationship, if you see that it will benefit the love that you feel for each other, that they will feel supported, that they will trust you more, do not doubt in giving it a chance. There are parents that have started implementing this, and they are surprised by the way they have been able to support their children in their emotional health, helping them overcome things, overcome big obstacles that they would have never found out were going on. Those obstacles that were hidden under the rug, and because the parent became open and started active listening, they were able to actually help their teenagers get out of the pit. It's never too late for you. You too can do this. So, if you want to learn more, if you want to dive deeper into strategies that can help you bridge the gap between you and your teenager to connect more deeply with your teenager, join me next Wednesday, 4 p.m., at the talk that I will be giving, Building Bridges. I will include a link below so you can register and save your spot. I will be only one of the speakers there. There will be hundreds of very wonderful speakers that have all kinds of topics related to family matters. You do not want to miss this event. It's a wonderful opportunity for this year to take your family to the next level. Remember, communication is the foundation to a healthy relationship. It's not about perfection, but about progress. I'm excited to see you next week at Building Bridges. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel to find out more of what's going on soon. And don't forget also to subscribe to the Family Matters Mega Summit in the link below. See you next week.